Yo, what's going on? Cheers.
What's the word? Cheers, salute.
DJ Velle, man.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? How's it going?
Fantastic, man. Cannot complain.
Man, it's been a minute since we linked up, you know?
It definitely has, man. It's been a minute.
I mean, yeah, we met like what? I want to say like 5 years ago, 4 years ago?
I want to say it was about, I can't remember if it was before or after COVID. But I know it was somewhere in that proximity, whether it was before or after.
Yeah.
I want to say it was after, you know what I'm saying? But who knows?
I mean, but you've always had a passion for music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What kind of music did you start? Like, just, what, like, when you first started DJing, what kind of music were you like, what got you into DJing, I guess?
Man, to be honest with you, I've always loved all different genres of music.
Yeah.
Like, even as I was just explaining this to somebody else, like, when I was in high school, freshman year, I got, you know, joked on or whatever because I was purchasing Al Green, Tina Marie, the Manhattans, a lot of soul music, you know what I'm saying? Because I resonated with it, you know? But I realize now it was the live instrumentation, it was the vocals that we don't have any, all the music now is synthetic. So you go back.
Like that soul, like, you know, like you can really, you know when a singer is an actual singer, you know?
Exactly.
Whereas like now we got all that auto-tune and.
Exactly.
You know, which is fine and it sounds cool too, but like I feel like it takes away from like the real breaths within a song, like which makes it realistic.
Absolutely.
You know, and you feel the human touch to it, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean?
Because music is energy, you know what I'm saying? And absolutely. It resonates through the soul. It's even a form of communication as well, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Which is why it's more spiritual for me, you know what I'm saying? Because not to get too deep or too nerdy, but it's how my ancestors communicated, you know what I'm saying? Way back, you know what I'm saying? When it was illegal to congregate. You know what I mean? So they had to make songs like "Wade in the Water." Yeah. So in order to be able to communicate, so that's why I'm like all of that stuff has transcended through the bloodline,
like the blues,
through generations.
Motown, like all that, like you know, like
all of that came from hardship. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
What was in the soul, a way of expression. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, and then like fast forward, you know, and it's great that you know the history behind music, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's just like you're not just seeing someone DJ and then you're just like, well, no, I'm just gonna DJ because, and then you're you're not following the trends, is what I'm understanding as well. You know,
right.
You're going after it. So like then fast forwarding into getting into DJing, like first like. You were obviously excited. You know, you're like, all right, I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, still excited.
You know, and you're still excited. I can see it in your face.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like I can see.
Everybody does. Everybody, you know,
and
it resonates.
That's exactly how I was when I first started. I still am. Like I mean, and I've mentioned this in other interviews before, where I was just like, I get butterflies before I DJ, still till this day.
Really?
You know, yeah, and if I don't, I feel like it's a problem. Okay. You know, because it's like something's wrong, you know? Okay. The butterflies, even though I'm nervous and I'm sweating, like once I get the first couple of transitions in, I feel like I'm good again, you know? I still get the butterflies. I get like jittery a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not really like drinking like Red Bulls and stuff like that anyways.
Okay.
But I feel like it's like a good type of butterfly, you know? Like it's almost like motivational.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel.
Right.
So, and even till this day, like I've been doing this for what, like 10 years plus now, and yeah, it's an exciting feeling, and everyone gets excited in their own ways, you know. And plus, you're the commander of the night,
no doubt,
or for the time frame that you're playing,
no doubt.
You know, how do you balance like and you're more of an open format DJ, right?
Correct. So,
how do you balance the hurdles that when you're DJing? The hurdles that you come across from like song requests, you know, it could be people being annoying and just being around you. Like for me personally, I don't like anyone, like I like people behind me or around me, but I need like arm's length, you know, like don't like come too near me.
Yeah.
Talk to me if you need to talk to me. Come dance with me for a second, but then like kind of like go away a little bit, you know?
Absolutely.
Like be behind me and support me, and I love that, or be in front of me. But yeah, how would you go about it? Like any hurdles, or explain a hurdle that you have experienced, and how do you go about it?
Well, a hurdle that I've experienced is people getting too drunk, you know, almost knocking your equipment over, bumping into the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Or just being belligerent, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not playing a song, and then not realizing that that particular song just killed the mood.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I learned or experienced that was a negative when it came to taking requests, is that people would come and request, and as a newer DJ, me trying to give the audience what they want, I was immediately, capitulating to that, and it would drain the energy or take the energy out the room. And now I'm looking for that person in the room who made the request to blame it on him. Yeah. And they're nowhere to be found. They're not even dancing to the song because they don't want to take onus to the fact that they looking around the room and nobody's dancing or vibing to it. So I've learned to kind of, keep them at a distance, or kind of, I put it on when the time has come. It ain't. I'll explain it to them. The time isn't right. It's about setting.
Well, that's a good way of going about it, right?
Yeah, like telling them the song is in my set already. It's coming. That type of
you're
thing,
like passively just like kind of, just kind of pushing them away. Just like, all right, like we'll get to you, because that's you're absolutely right. Like that's a lot of the reasons why I don't do open format, which you know about me, is just because like. One, you prepare all these records for that night, because like, especially when you're doing open format sets, for example, even weddings, like quinceañeras or whatever, they will give you a list of songs that you need to prepare.
Correct.
Right? And you prepare all those songs, it's like 150 songs or whatever the case is. And then, and you go on the mic too, right? So it's like you're getting ready for the script, you have to memorize all that stuff.
Right.
And then like you get all these requests coming in, it's just like, all right, hold on, like give me a second, pump the brakes a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Essentially. So that's like, okay, that's a big hurdle to come across.
It is. It is.
And like, so yeah, no, that's absolutely a real thing, But yeah, do you see yourself like doing like club sets?
Absolutely. I'm still kind of, I'm at the point in my career now that I'm finally starting to get more opportunities. For one, my skill level has increased or improved enough to get into some clubs. It's not necessarily what I feel like I want to do, because the clubs come with a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I haven't had the opportunity to experience some of the bigger clubs downtown. I like to see what that feels like, but I have been in some bigger club settings, if that makes any sense. But I think I'm a private party, brunch,
kinda,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type of,
like loungy kind of stuff.
Yeah, loungy, where people are there enjoying the music opposed to just trying to party,
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. I mean, they're two different ball games, right?
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
I mean, the beginning, even like I've been an opener, and I've been opener for a big act as well, multiple big acts. I've been like the second in line, like, just like around 11 to 12, 11 to 1. And then I've also closed out events, And I feel like there is a specific type of music that needs to be played at that right time, Cause like you have to really, one, you have to be able to look around and kind of like understand. And I think we talked about this. It's about the psychology of like what people are thinking, where are they coming from? Like, yeah, maybe if they're coming, like I'm playing an after party from a festival,
right.
And maybe going a little harder isn't a bad idea. I can take them on a little bit of a ride, right? Like a journey essentially, and I'll be fine with it. But like in the beginning, when people are walking in, it's just like, all right, they're still getting their drinks. Like this is like, this is a regular Saturday night. Like I don't need to go all like, it's actually kind of like, you're not setting up the night right, so you're kind of screwing over all the other DJs
Absolutely.
that are coming on after.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not fair. It's not a team. It's a teamwork, right?
Right,
Like
correct.
we're all collectively, from the bottle service, from the managers, the dancers, the DJs.
Absolutely.
It's like you're creating an entire ambiance.
Correct.
And I feel like if you're just trying to be out there for yourself, then you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right.
You're really just like, and people aren't gonna want to book you either.
Yeah, correct.
Because you were just, then like honestly, just as much as like when you're DJing, making music, you're like pretty much doing anything creative, people can tell that you're desperate.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that 1,000%.
And like, like one of the biggest things that, like one of the biggest advices that I could give is go in and support your fellow DJ friends, Even if you haven't been to the city as much, and I know like you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
It's more the idea of like, meeting friends, supporting them, continuously supporting them, and you never know what can like come out of it, even though you weren't really looking for it.
True. Yeah.
That's how I really started, man. I started like, a lot younger, and I was I was playing at like shows in Elgin. I was playing at shows in like Schaumburg, like hookah lounges and stuff. And it's like people I really didn't even know, but I got to know them. And then I started getting gigs there just by supporting them, just being there.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm playing at shows in the city.
Okay.
You know, like I was like, oh, I guess I'm playing in the city now. And then it became like a weekly residency. I've had multiple residencies before, and like it's a good feeling, you know, like you want that. But yeah, like as far as like even like just coming up, like do you have questions like for me? Like what? Like,
yeah, I was just thinking, how long were you into your career before you bagged your first residency?
Oh man, that's a really good question. I think it took me about a year or two.
Wow, that had to feel incredible to like, wow, somebody wants me to come. What was it, once a week, I would assume?
Yeah, once a week. Yeah,
Okay.
It was like, man, it was Lincoln Park. We were there every Thursday.
Okay.
And then I would like kind of bar hop, and I was still like, I think I was only 20 or 21 because I was like getting in underage all the time.
Okay.
But I would like bar hop, so I would like finish a set, go to another set, and then go back to the original set because I was just like, I kind of want to be there because like you know, it's hard to bring people from one bar to another bar when it's like the same time frames, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, yes, the after party, all like, you know, in the city, like some bars close at like 2 o'clock, and then you got the 5 a.m., 4 a.m. bars. Yeah, for sure, we'll all meet over there. But then like, if the same party's going on and it's like, all right, well, like I'm kind of having a good time here.
Yeah.
So like I would like go back and forth. It depends. Like I'll like take some people with me to one of the spots. But yeah, it took about like a year or two. Cause like, man, honestly, like even in the beginning, like I wasn't good at DJing at all. Like I was DJing, like I didn't even buy like, well, I was on DJ 800s, CDJ 800s.
Okay.
But the first ever was like the CD Mix 2. It was like this box. And like, the only way you can play a song, but the only way to speed it up was this like dial.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know how like the old phones have like, you used to be able to dial. Like, it was like a rotate dial. You can't, there was no platter, essentially, you know?
Wow.
So like I was always like, I don't know, like I couldn't DJ. Like it literally wasn't the best way to DJ. And it was like CDs, I would have to burn CDs. All the way up until what, like CDJ 850s came out, I think.
I heard about that era, yeah. I'm glad I missed that era.
Yeah. So like, dude, and the CDJs and like the waveforms are not there like how we have them now. Because we're on what, 3000s now, CDJ 3000s. I was all the way at 800s. Those were my first official CDJs.
Okay.
I remember I got him off this guy named DJ Rain. I'm not sure, I haven't talked to him in a while, but got it from him. And then really just started burning a bunch of CDs, and then I still like I'll probably post a picture about it.
Okay.
But like it's like I still got all the CDs that I burned in like a little what's it called, CD case, and then I would have like these note cards in there with all the songs. So like this first song would be this, second song would be this.
Yeah.
I'll even have the beats per minute on there because I was like this. I was nervous, you know.
Yeah.
I would play the songs all the way through. Like all of it. Like dude, and back then with like progressive house and like these kind of songs, bro, these songs were like 7 minutes long. Like it was like 7-8 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's where the cue points come in handy.
Well now like obviously with Record Box and everything, I set up all my cue points, you know?
Absolutely.
But I didn't know all that stuff, you know, and it was harder to set up cue points. Like now I'll press a button and it's like exactly where I needed it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's I want to say around like a year or two is when I got my first residency. And then it just started just kind of like flowing. Like it just became kind of like it just kind of just started coming in. Like I said, even with the weddings, remember I was telling you, I was like, it's all just a word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like especially in like the private event industry.
Yes,
I mean, still here too. It's just like here with like the nightlife. It's a lot of politics too, and I hate getting into politics because it's like I'm more of a producer anyways.
Yeah.
I started off as a DJ. And going into, do you see yourself making music in the future?
Man, you know what? At this point, I don't, because the love and the passion for DJing is so heavy that I don't want to do anything else at this point. Yeah. I can see how and why people end up eventually going into production. Yeah. It definitely goes hand in hand, you know.
Sure.
Because you're blending keys and BPMs and yeah, but not at this point. No, I don't. But it seems like that's the natural progression for every DJ that I've talked to. You know?
It is. So. It is like that because what happens is that like you, or maybe you might even start making your own edits.
Correct.
you could do that.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
if you see yourself, you know, you can see
absolutely.
yourself.
Because
Like,
even now I record
slowly.
my mixes and blends, you know what I'm saying, where I might have a Marvin Gaye playing over a Biggie beat or something.
Sure.
And recording it. So I'm like kind of already plugging into that vein of production. You know what I mean? So.
And honestly, like that's like the coolest thing, because I started off as a DJ. And then, I mean, it could go vice versa. You could start off as a music producer, then get into DJing. I think Skrillex did that, right?
Yeah,
I believe
absolutely.
Skrillex. I got like the first, Logic 9. I got the crack version of it. Oh my God. Dude, like I would make music like right in the middle of it. And I like now I have a habit of like always pressing Command S, which is Command Save, right?
Got you.
Every 2 seconds, like I'd make a change on any of my records.
Yeah.
Like I'll just press Command Save. It's like, because bro, like, and I have the paid version now. Like I have all my plugins are paid for, everything's paid for. But before it would like just crash. So like I have like that just stuck in my head now, just like always save,
yeah,
you know, just like it's just like a natural like finger reaction, you know, that I have. But yeah, like you just get into that mode eventually. I see yourself making like edits, and you probably already do, like live. Maybe you didn't even realize.
Absolutely,
Like,
I definitely have.
I'm making like a cool edit right now.
Yeah. A lot of times for some of my smaller events, I feel like I'm just up there practicing and making it up on the fly, and eventually, or sometimes things stick. I'm like, oh, you know, I like that. I'm gonna keep that. You know.
Yeah.
So, question for you: when you DJ, do you record your sets?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like mainly I don't.
Okay.
I should, but I do make like live mixes like for like YouTube and stuff like that, you know.
Gotcha.
And a lot of that I need to make more. I know I made like 2 or 3 last year, and it was like my first time ever making it. But it was really fun.
Yeah.
But just I kind of want to create like. Next time, I think my plans are gonna be to have people like around me when I'm DJing. Cause like right now, like all the videos that I have is just me just dancing. I do have people around me, but they're like in the background.
Right.
And I'm like talking to them while I'm making these mixes, you know?
Right.
But then like now I just feel like just make this whole into like a little small party, you know?
Right.
It's a little gathering.
Right.
You know, like get everybody like involved. And I don't know why I was doing it in the first place, but like I was just kind of like nervous, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, being on camera, like I'm always nervous too.
Really?
You know? Yeah. Even now, like we're recording this, right? Like I get nervous, and then like I'm kind of critical. But that's like the biggest thing with being an artist. I think like you shouldn't really criticize yourself like too much.
Absolutely.
You
we
know?
are our own worst critics.
Yeah, we are.
Know?
Like, how do you battle that?
Man, I have a saying or a moniker that you just got to jump in the blender and see what comes out in the mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
absolutely.
You know, sometimes you just got to just dive in. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, how it goes, man. I practice, and one day I got to get in front of somebody. And I think it's good. Let's see. Let's go out and put it in.
And to be honest with you, a lot of the times people don't even notice the mistakes that we make.
I agree with that.
You know, like
I agree with that.
And top of that, we're human, so like it can happen, but it's about how you react after.
Yeah.
On how it'll just all pan out. If you just start freaking out over one transition that didn't make sense or that wasn't as well that you planned on it being, like if you keep that energy with you, like you said, music is energy, right? Which I 100% agree with. I think that it can ruin the rest of your night for you. Maybe it won't ruin it for everybody else, because if you're still playing good music, it's fine, because they're enjoying themselves, you know. But you're just gonna be stuck and glued to that one transition that you messed up on. Right. And I think that's something that I used to do to myself all the time. Like now I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like it happens. What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like I gotta worry about the next transition and the next and after that and so on and so forth. You know?
Yeah.
It's like that. You can't over criticize yourself. You know? I feel like you're not gonna get anywhere doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's good. You know? Like yeah, I gotta do more like live mixes for sure. I think I will be doing some more this year. I got an album coming out, so I'm kind of focused on that as well.
Okay, when's the release for that?
I don't know necessarily exactly just yet, because I'm planning a few things out. I want to do like a release party for it. I've done release parties before. The album is gonna be called Yatra. That's the name. And what it means in Sanskrit, which is like the language that like it's written in Sanskrit. So it's in Indian, like Hindi, it's like from India. Sanskrit is from India, and yatra means journey in Sanskrit. Yeah. So like the whole album is like there's gonna be all kinds of music in there, but it's gonna take you on a journey essentially. And being an artist is always it's a journey anyways.
That's all it is.
You know.
That's all it is.
Working on that. I'm working on a few products right now, which I don't want to say anything about just yet.
Keep it exclusive.
Yeah, keep it exclusive because we're planning a few things out.
Absolutely.
But I got a couple of products that I'm working on. So there'll be a time to talk about that too. You know what I mean? But yeah. What else? Tell me more about you.
Well, before I do that, I had another question.
Sure.
Give me your most memorable gig.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I've had a lot. I remember.
It's got to be. I feel like it has to be one that's just like that one was epic. This man, I'll never forget this particular event.
I feel like I give it my best all the time. So like every time I walk off, I feel like I'm proud. But like opening up for Eric Murillo was awesome. Rest in peace. Eric Murillo is a huge artist. He made the song like what I Like to Move It, which was like also played in Madagascar the movie.
Absolutely. Yes,
I think it came out in 1992.
Yeah,
the year I was born in 92.
One of my daughter's favorite songs. Yeah.
So like I opened up for him. I think it was called Velle back in the day.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah,
Velle.
absolutely.
I think it's called Concord Hall now.
Okay.
I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that was really cool. Because that was like one of the first times I was in front of a big crowd.
Okay.
You know, I did open up for Edward Maya, but I was like, this was at Congress Theater back in the day. But like, he was in the main stage and I was like DJing outside where like everybody was just like kind of like coming in.
That. Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But that was another artist that I opened up for. But yeah, I don't know. Like that's a really good question. I should think on that.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But Eric Murillo is like still one of like he kind of got me. I used to watch his videos all the time, him DJing.
Okay.
So he really got me into like the like, I mean what now is tech house, but it's just like juicy music. If you know like Robbie Rivera and all these artists, like it like that kind of style of music was always like when they were DJing at like Pasha and like all these like, you know, cool like venues that are surrounded, but I feel like they always played at venues that were like all like tropical.
Right.
You know, so I would watch like him. I would watch David Guetta back in the day, Carl Cox, and they like I know Pioneer DJ like had their own like YouTube channel where like people would like be performing on like 4 decks at the time was insane to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So like it was like I was like 4 decks. You know, I'm just used to playing on 2 decks. What are you doing with 4 decks? And then they would have like 6 decks.
I know.
I'm like, what are you doing with 6 decks? And they would be like, actually like, I mean, Carl Cox can like play on those kinds of like sets. It's insane. And I'm like, all right, like, but yeah, like that's kind of how I like learned.
Okay.
Cause like I would be watching, but like these are like pioneers in the game, you know? Yeah, so that's really like how I went about it, you know?
Yeah. I thought that would be a thought-provoking question for as
like
long
my most
as you,
memorable. Yeah, because I've had so many gigs. Yeah.
You've done the biggest clubs. Or would you be able to? What was the biggest club you feel like? You know. You had the chance
I played Soundbar.
Okay.
I played Soundbar. I played in the Round Room a couple of times. I believe I played. I played on the main stage once. I played at Spy Bar once.
Okay.
So I played at those venues, which are like, you know, they're like staples. They've been around for so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played those. I played like Joy District. I've played like Tunnel. I played a lot of these places, but like the staples, you know, back in the day, even I played Bevy. I'm not sure if that even is still there.
Yeah,
but
I remember hearing that name. That was a big name.
Bevy. Yeah. So like, where else have I? Yeah. A lot of those places are like staples, so I want to say those are like some of the bigger clubs, clubs, like true clubs.
Yeah,
and I was like my first
drops.
21 Up club was Soundbar.
Oh wow!
You know, it was my birthday. Yeah, it was crazy. Because it's actually a pretty, you know, it's a pretty big. There's a big upstairs and a big downstairs. So like,
I would assume you have to have a lot of connections or a big network in order to get into some of those places, I would assume. You know?
Yeah, it was cool. You know, I mean, like I said, like networking is like the biggest thing that you need to like always do, and like don't go in there expecting something of it. You know,
Right.
like just like
that's kind of
like that's what people like try to do, and like there's really no point because they can smell that desperateness right off of you. You know, so there's like really no like you kind of just look thirsty.
Yeah, you know, I think the strategy that I've come that works best for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say what.
Yeah, well, it's to when I come to the table, I try to come bearing resources or seeing what I can add or contribute to whomever I'm looking to receive, which at this point is just mostly knowledge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look to DJs like yourself who have more, who's been in the game longer to help me avoid some of those unnecessary pitfalls.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to you like, yo, I got this, and this, you know what I'm saying? It's yours if you want it, if you just show me how to do this, or if you could tell me more about that, you know, that type of thing. So I just kind of lead with, you know, with, I guess, with respect and, you know, just be myself and be genuine. You know, I think that's kind of what's got me to where I am. And people, again, pick up on that energy.
Sure.
And they want to help. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? They see the hunger. They like, okay, this guy's just
give
really
you
about
opportunities.
getting at it.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
What was your first gig? I don't even know this.
First gig. Wow. Well, my first solo gig came at my 40th birthday. So that was big. That's what I wanted to do. I DJ'd my first gig at Pulse, a little nightclub in Roselle, Illinois.
Okay, yeah.
And I knew the guy who was promoting it. He used to be my barber back in the day. He was promoting parties, told him I knew how to DJ, told him it was my birthday, put me on a plugger. It was a big deal for me, you know. So I went there. I had a pretty good set, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the beginning, you know, but then when it was time to turn it up, I didn't really know how to, you know, get the crowd energized, but it was an experience. It definitely showed me that I had to hone in on my skills a little more. DJing at home is totally different than DJing live, but it was a great experience. Again, that was another example of me just jumping in the blender and seeing what come out. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I had to apologize to my friend, you know, about hiring me because I felt like I did such a bad job looking back on it. As I've evolved as a DJ, I'm like, oh yeah, I bombed. I didn't know I bombed, but
you needed that to happen for you to get to where you are today. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's kind of like how the same thing happened with me with my music. Like even making it. Like if I even like look back, and I still have some of my records, you know, and like it's kind of like, why would what was I thinking when I made that kind of thing? I was like, are you okay, bro? Like, but it's just kind of like, all right, you know, like it's one of those things that like it should motivate you. Right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Now, I wanted to ask, as like one of my last questions, is that what do you see, like how do you want to impact the world through music?
Man, that's a big one. That's deep. That's heavy.
I know, I kind of hit you with a curveball on that one.
Man. Okay, ask it one more time. I want to make sure I got the context right.
How do you want to impact people using music?
Man, in so many different ways, but man, I like to use music to resonate peace within people, help them to forget about whatever is going on in their world. It's a way of escape. That's why I think I like house so much, because house is really like, you can zone out and just, you know what I mean? And just kind of forget about it and just kind of dance and shake your problems away, that type of thing. So I just want to spread love, man. I feel like this is my gift. It has always been my gift. Yeah. You know, I was lamenting with someone else earlier in the week about being a younger man in school, always walking through the hallways, singing songs, you know what I'm saying? Seeing people and trying to predict their mood and what song may possibly cheer them up or make them laugh, or and that kind of became what I came associated with. But that's why I say that musical bug was always there, always in me. My elders were always enamored at how much old school music I knew, because I was 13, 14 years old, and my aunties and uncles would be like, here, let him, you know, take care of the music.
He knows what he's doing.
Exactly. Let him play the music. So, you know, so then I finally just eventually answered the call, and now I'm like, it's more than music, it's purpose. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, absolutely.
purpose.
And leading with purpose,
Absolutely.
right? That's what you got to do. Awesome, man. Like, tell everyone where they can find you.
Okay. Well, you can find me on all social media platforms, preferably Instagram, DJ_Velle, VELLE_Vell. So that's DJ Velle_Vell.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself.
Yes, sir.
Man, it was great seeing you.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you
Appreciate you.
soon.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, bro.
Yes, sir.